Yo, what's going on, guys? Dave, Simlog, how you guys doing, man? Welcome aboard. On the ground here at Denver International. No updated weather now for 2 hours. Where is this, Dave? Is real world weather broken again? Simlog, you're right, man. Denver is sweet. We haven't been here in a while. This is the Flight Beam Denver International Airport. Looks pretty good. I think I downloaded the latest update. I'm not sure if they've done an update since the US World update, but looks pretty good. Appreciate you all tuning in this morning. We are going to try out the latest fly-by-wire mod that supposedly fixes the autopilot issues. We did a quick test flight last night. All seemed to be in order, but we all know how once you start live streaming, things tend to work out very differently, or have the potential to work out very differently. But I think we're okay for now. We've got the dev build in. A couple of new features with this update as well, right? It's not just the autopilot fix. They've done a number of things to the McDo itself. We've got things now like fuel planning predictions, along with weather versus headwinds. Weather, winds, accuracy versus what they had before. You can do headwinds and tailwinds. That has an impact on actually the fuel prediction. So that's pretty cool. And then I think my most favorite is definitely the ability to input the flight plan and input jetways, or airways rather, than before. If you remember, you had to put in the waypoint by waypoint, which was kind of very time consuming. So most of the times what we ended up doing was just inputting the flight plan from the sim window itself, from the flight planning menu within the sim itself. We don't need to do that anymore, apparently. We're going to try it out here. I love putting in a flight plan. It was just that this aircraft made it so, most of the aircrafts in FS 2020 make it so cumbersome. But supposedly that's been addressed, so we'll check it out here in a moment. Jump in the chat here. The weather station KDFW is broken. No updated weather now. Hanging in there, KDFW. Okay. Denver seems to be okay right here for now. Actually, let's reset the altimeter and see what we get. 3013. Let's see what the real world Denver ATIS is saying. It's a bit off. It's 3008 at Denver real world right now. So that's the furthest I've seen it off since this update. Like I mentioned, the updates brought along some great functionalities. Not only did it break the A320, but it also brought some great functionalities as it relates to the live weather, and that being a little bit more accurate now, especially in the United States. But it appears that it is a bit off again today. Not sure why. So we'll keep an eye on it. Start Pack X. Forgot to run FSU IPC. That is required for Pack X. There we go. Get the brightnesses up here on these displays. The McDo brightness is up. And aligning the IRSs. Let's check the fuel. 15.9. I did do that on the actual flight planning menu. So that's set. All we need to do now is enter the flight plan. Make sure we've got catering and baggage going outside. All looks good. Let's jump here into the flight plan. Muted. Am I muted? You guys can't hear me? Test. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. I shouldn't be muted. Alright, we're going Dallas Fort Worth from Denver. That looks good. Our alternate today is usually Houston. That is correct. But for whatever reason, should we not be able to make it into Dallas Fort Worth, we'll be going to Houston today. Cost index of 40. We're cruising at 370. We can align the IRSs. Confirm alignment. Perfecto. Back to the init page. I'm here eating lunch. Alright, man. That looks good. Block fuel. So you can hit the fuel planning button, and actually I'll do that for you guys now. You hit fuel planning and it'll fill in what it thinks you need to get to Dallas Fort Worth from Denver. That is technically accurate. You're muted. No one can hear you. How is that possible? I hear myself, Dave. You sure it's not on your end? Anyone else can't hear me? Got good audio indications here, and I'm watching the stream on this end. You can hear me. Okay, Simlog. Dave, you need to check something on your end, bud. So, like I was saying, in the block field, technically 5.3 can get us to Dallas Fort Worth. But it doesn't take into account alternates, the winds, and all that good stuff. So until that's a little bit more accurate, we don't use it. So we'll take the actual block fuel that we've got in the aircraft right now, which is 7.2. 7.2, that'll erase the block fuel. But now, like I was mentioning, some new features in here. You now have your fuel prediction time based on the block fuel that you put in. So the trip time is about an hour and a half down to Fort Worth. You've got 30 minutes of 45 minutes of alternate time and 30 minutes of final time. And usually you can tell the aircraft the minimum destination fuel that you require on board, and it's roughly 2.2. Pretty standard for the A320. However, we can do one additional thing, which was going to impact these numbers, and we can take a look at the average wind. So winds are 259 at 33, so out of the west for this trip, which gives us a slight crosswind component, if you will. So we can go ahead and put in roughly 30 here on the headwind component, and as you can see, the numbers changed a bit there. So pretty cool that they have that now. If you have any other payware A320 aircrafts in the flight sim world, you see that that stuff is usually included from like the Toliss, Flight Factor, and then prepared the FSLABS and Aerosoft folks. So glad that they've added that. Now from the flight planning standpoint, we're going to be out of runway 8 today. Let me just double check. No ATC. Let me get my high-tech radio panel up. That's not what I want. What am I looking for? There we go. I know the ATC is on today, but based on the weather here at Denver and the direction of flight, winds are 020 at 17, gusting at 23. So we can take runway 8 via the Sleek 2 departure. We'll jump down here to Sleek 2. Runway 8. There's no transition on the Sleek 2, it's just direct Sleek. That looks good. And into Fort Worth, we're going to expect 17 center. Winds are out of the south currently.
We're ready to go when you are.
Thank you, thank you. Interesting, 17 center isn't in the McDo. So I think that's a coding issue with the actual base sim. So you've got left and right. 17 is usually, that means 17 center. It's missing the C for whatever reason, and I have seen that in other aircrafts as well. So that must be a coding issue on Asobo's part. Victory 2 Madano is the arrival. Get the APU started. Seatbelt signs on. Alright, Victory 2. Why is it not here? Those winds at DFW are 2 hours old. So Dave, is that the real world weather station, or are you saying the sim? I don't know what's going on in the real world with the weather stations. Like I said, Santa Barbara was down for a couple days as well. The Victory 2 arrival appears to be missing, guys. Let's see if it's available on the North Ops. This might be a... Yeah, it's missing. Oh, that ain't good. This might be a Navigraph issue. I'll tell you what we do, guys. We'll do no star on the arrival. That makes no sense. We'll do no star on the arrival, and then we'll put in the actual star waypoints manually. Let's do that. But bear with me, it's going to take a little bit longer than expected. The APU up going right now. So Bossy will be the VIA. We'll have no transition, and we'll go ahead and insert that. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we'll go to waypoints here on my sim toolkit, and the Sleek 2 arrival is going to be obviously runway heading, so that's why you've got that user waypoint. We'll leave it there for now. Kidding, Twin, Victor, Sega, Staker, Azaro, Sleek. After Sleek, we're going direct Borger. BGD, so Bravo, Golf, Delta. And that is 35 West 10. 36 North, close enough. We'll insert that. And after Borger, Madano, MDANO. I hit direct here. It doesn't work. So there's no airways. It's a relatively short flight, so there's no airways today. We're just gonna have to put this in one by one. That was a fail. MDANO. I don't know why the Victory 2 arrival is completely non-existent from the McDo. And in fact, it's missing a bunch more as well. So we'll put it in manually, like I said. After Madonna, we're going Belfort, BELFR. After Belfort is Hull, H-Hull, HHULL. And Letton, Letnn. This is what I was talking about with the manual waypoints. Very, very cumbersome. Zubov, Zubov. Then Victory. VKTRY. I have Victory 2-star in the charts for Navigraph. Yes, of course, that's in the charts. What I'm saying, it's not in the McDo. It's completely missing from the FMC, dude. And there are a ton of instances like that with this Navigraph beta. So I'm not sure what's going on, but hopefully they figure it out soon. Z-Man is after Victory. And then Pop, P-H-A-U-P. All right, we'll step through that flight plan in a second. Let's get the APU bleed on. Get flight directors, VORs. Be 10,000 on the initial climb out of here. You have Victory 2 in your McDo. I don't know how you have it and I don't, bud, but it's not there. All right, step through the flight plan really quick. Taking off of runway 8, we'll head southeast. Excellent. So that was all manually done, but it got the job done. So we're out of here. Let's get the jetway disconnected. Roll quest pushback. Close the doors here. Both signs are on. We'll get the beacon on.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 262.
Fuel pumps coming on.
Our flight time will be roughly 1 hour and 25 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane
EA on the
mode and large
transponder.
devices are now shut down
And one last thing we need to do is our performance numbers.
Backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew secure doors for departure.
We'll flex to 45. This thing is pushing us back already. Parking brake released. Denver International traffic. Frontier Flight A320 push and start from Alpha 40. Expecting runway 08 for departure. Denver International traffic. Number 1 fired up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
Okay, holding short runway 8. Simlog, how did you get to how did you get to runway 8 already, dude? I know I have it because I'm heading to DFW. Landing 18 using Victory to arrival. I don't know, man. I just showed you guys it wasn't there. Completely missing.
In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will drop in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the strap if necessary and breathe.
Alright, we'll stop the pushback right here.
Oxygen is flowing to the mask.
Parking brakes are set.
Or someone who requires
Let's finish up this 18,000 on the transition altitude.
Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you.
And we'll redo our V speeds. This has changed a bit too. They've done some work with the V speeds. It looks good, 133.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and
We got a good start on number 1, number 2 coming
Wrap the
alive.
straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Hold the
Taxi and eat. You are quick, my friend. How did you load up, do your flight planning, and all that stuff?
If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow
Are you flying Xplane or are you in FS 2020?
This vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest.
Alright, my friends, so here's what's going to go on today. Well, that's us on the ramp here. We'll exit the ramp via Kilo Lima Mike to runway 08. And then on the Sleek 2 departure itself, essentially we'll fly runway heading and intercept our first waypoint, which is Sleek, and then head southeast rather, into Dallas Fort Worth, picking up the Victory 2 arrival, continuing southwest, and then eventually joining the 17 center localizer by a Bossy. So that's the plan. No ATC on today, at least not yet. So, solo dolo on this trip, along with Simlock, who'll be joining us down there, waiting on us right now. I got 2 good starts. Ignition mode selector going to normal. APU bleed coming off. APU master coming off. Yeah, flaps 1. That looks good. Flight controls 0.1. It's full up. Center. It's full down. Center. Full left. Center. Full right. Center. Rudder check. Full left. Full right. Flight controls are complete. Max on the auto brake. Terrain on ND. Ground spoilers are armed. Predictive wind shear and weather radar coming on. Let's do this. Denver National Traffic, Frontier Flight 262, Airbus A320neo. Departing the ramp via Kilo Lima Mike for runway 08, Denver International Traffic.
Yo.
Yo, yo.
Yo.
Alright, let's do this, my friends. Appreciate you all tuning in.
Clear, 35 right.
On our way to Dallas Fort Worth in the latest update for the 320. That Airbus is sticking out quite far, man. That was close. Oh, we clipped him. It was a terrible parking job. Right, man, let's get some taxi lights on. We're exiting the ramp here. Everything else looks a-okay. There were some terrain issues in the earlier iterations of this airport. Not sure if it's been corrected, but we'll see. I'm taking off first this time. Yeah, go ahead, man. I don't want to slow you down like last time. That was because we were in 2 different sims, though. We're clear to our right. Or left. And up the hill we go. My route is different than yours.
Air Shuttle 15.
I just went whatever symbols gave me.
Runway 34 right.
Gotcha. No worries, you'll get there before us. I'm coming up the hill now. If you want to take off, go ahead. I'll be there before you know it. This is what I mean with the terrain. There's elevation changes like this in at Denver, in real world Denver, but I think it's a little bit overdone in this sim.
Clock check.
5x5. Simlog, I see you there flashing, bud. You can depart.
Number traffic, Frontier 419 crossing 35 left.
Clear. Appreciate you all tuning in this morning, man. We are in the A32NX update, the autopilot fix, and a couple of new features as well. Definitely go ahead and check it out if you haven't already. I can't see how anyone can fly the default A320 anymore. Seriously, these guys have done a superb job with this aircraft. Any lights coming on? Log, you can depart.
Denver traffic, baby bus 386, taking off runway 8.
I love the call sign. You didn't go full length? After Simlog departs, we'll line up and wait. We'll give him some time for adequate spacing on the departure, and we'll go. Watch his departure here. He's on a roll. This guy's quick, man. There he goes. Denver International Traffic, Frontier Flight Airbus A320, line up and wait, runway 08. Alright, TARA on the transponder. Get the strobes on, runway turnoffs on, packs coming off, packs off departure. Don't need the wing lights today, it's pretty bright out. You have any issues with the radio panel you use, Mike? Nope, my SciTech radio panel works quite fine. Alright, my friends, we're gonna go sterile cockpit for now. Chat to you guys once we get airborne. We're clear. Plenty of runway.
Denver traffic, Air Shuttle 5099, taking off runway 34 right.
Oh, that's not good. Where's 34? Is he, oh, he's on the other side of the field. There's no factor. Unless he's going to turn right on the departure, but should be no factor. Andy Baez, what's going on, man? Watching me from work. Appreciate it, bud. Hope you're doing all right. Two-minute delay for spacing here, guys, and then we'll get going. It's Simlog just departed. See him making his right-hand turn now. Alright, so here's what we'll do. We'll fly runway heading so that we have some spacing between us, and then we'll turn on course. Interflight Airbus A320. We are departing runway 08, runway heading, and then on course on the Sleek 2 departure. Interflight Denver International Traffic. Parking brake released. Takeoff lights. Start the clocks. Spool them up. Forward pressure on the side stick there. Into that baby roll.
Denver traffic, Air Shuttle 5099, airborne, we're on the Zimmer 2 arrival.
I mean departure?
Departure, rather.
Thrust set, bad flex 45 SRS runway. Auto thrust is blue. Engines in the green. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, we're going up. What was that about? That was crazy. Positive rate gears coming up. I thought they fixed this thing, man. What was that? Holy mackerel. That was wild. Alright, I think we've got her now. Denver traffic, frontier flight Airbus A320 departing runway 8, runway heading. Climb thrusts, pack's coming back on. And try to kill us. You need to reset your controls. It's fine once you're in the air. That was crazy. Simlog, that happened to you too as well on departure? What do you mean reset my controls? It was fine last night, dude. Sensitivities are okay. That was weird. I don't know, man. I have no idea what that was about. I tell you what, we'll hand fly her some more just to make sure it's okay. But she seems to be stable now. We'll turn right, direct twin. I felt her fighting me too on the takeoff roll. I was putting in a lot of left rudder, but I just figured that was wind. It is pretty gusty. I don't know what that was about though. Nav mode. And we can take flaps clean. That was wild. Alright, we'll clean up the lights. Auto brake disarmed. Speed brake disarmed, rather. Winter flight Airbus A320, Denver traffic. We're direct twin, passing through 9,000 now. On course under departure. Last call, Denver International traffic. That was terrible. I will continue to climb 370. I'm gonna give her to the autopilot. Let's make sure autopilot's working okay. Seems to be fine now. It's 10,000. On the cabin, get the lights off. Whew, what a departure. One thing I've noticed is people who use rudder pedals seem to have that issue a lot. They've got to sort that out, man. I flew it last night though, Dave, and it didn't have that issue. Departed very very smoothly. I don't know if that was gust related. We don't even have replay mode, unfortunately, in this sim, so I can't check. We're flying through some clouds here. Let's get the wing and engine anti-ice on. And she seems to be fine, on course. Autopilot working well. Aside from that scary departure, we seem to be alright, man. I don't know what that was about, though. telling you, man, it's always when you stream. Last night it flew like a dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the
If you get wing roll once up into the wind, turn off Sec 1 to stop it. Just be sure to re-enable before landing. Yeah, that was happening last night as well. I figured that was just turbulence. Okay, I'll note it. Thank you.
Connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be able to access our wide range of free live streaming library.
That was wild. Oh man. Simlog, where you at, man? Let me go to the live map, see if we can see you. Did yours pull like that on departure too? Oh, you're on a completely different SID, so we're fine. We're well spaced out. Standard pressure. Not what I wanted. There we go. Standard sec. Looks good. Below the line. We're good to go. Off to Dallas. Yes, sir. I was full rudder, kept her straight. Keeping her straight. Okay. As long as it wasn't just me, man. That's crazy. I wonder if that, again, I wonder if that was gust related. Winds on departure were 020 at 17, gusting to 23. It could have been that. Could have been that. I think the aircraft doesn't react well. At least this default aircraft doesn't react well. Even the mod doesn't react well to wind gusts. So anyway, we seem to be stable now. We're climbing through it here. Got about an hour and 27 minutes. And then we should be into Fort Worth. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. I'm stuck in an altitude on train. No way to delete it. Huh? I'm stuck in an altitude on train Roth? What do you mean, Simlog? Are you talking about in the McDo? I am getting that wing roll. I figured it was autocorrect, dude. No worries. Yeah, it's doing that wing roll thing. Man, I thought they fixed this stuff. Alright, Dave, what'd you say? Turn off. Sec 1? Sec 1. I fixed it. I just gotta remember to turn it back on for landing. Let's see. Not doing it that much anymore now. By the way, the link for Discord doesn't work for me. Huh? Let me see. Invalid. Well, that's not good. Let me take a look. Thanks, thanks, Andy, for letting me know. Let's see what's going on. Let me know if this works, guys. And then if so, I'll update Nightbot. Might want to check your aircraft. Looks like you're flying southwest on the map. Huh? Isn't Denver southwest? That's correct, dude. So that's us here. We're passing Staker now, above 18,000. You're way off. Oh, you're going to Love Field. I'm going to Fort Worth. Either way, we're on course. You're just flying a little bit further east than I am. This was the real-world flight plan for today's flight from Frontier 262. So we're just following that one, but we're on course. We're all right. That worked. Cool. Thanks, Andy. I'm going to update Nightbot so that it has the correct info. I'm not sure why that was that got messed up. Thanks for letting me know, though. Appreciate you all tuning in today, man. We are, for those just joining, in the A320 Neo mod. She's doing that wing roll thing. Let's turn this off. We'll just have to remember to get it back on before landing. We're in the A320 Neo mod. Latest update that addressed most, I will not say all, most of the autopilot issues. As you can see, we're still kind of getting that wing roll stuff going on there. And then on departure, that was very skittish. I'm not sure what that was about, but apparently Simlog had the same issue, so that might be something they need to check. Or it could be, like I said, gust related. It was pretty windy departing Denver today. I'm going to the wrong airport. Oh, man. Yeah, just divert to Love Field. If ATC comes on, you just gotta let them know. You could redo the McDo and then refile. Either way. I think it's because the invite Nightbot sends out has expired. It's a new month, perhaps. That's interesting. Why does the Discord link change monthly? That's interesting. Should be okay now, though. Yeah, we have an aircraft wobble at cruise. Turn off Sec 1 Simlog. Go above your overhead. We can get the anti-ice off now. Your flight control switches, turn off Sec 1. It's still bugged. You just have to remember before landing to turn it back down. Turn it back down. Turn it back on. We're approaching cruise 370. Seatbelt signs coming off. I'll let you depart first and you end up going to the wrong airport.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when using in case of unexpected turbulence.
That did it. Yep, it's bugged. Hopefully they get a fix soon. Supposedly Asobo and those guys are working on it. All right, checking out VATSIM here. It's not too busy, but it looks like Fort Worth jumped on. Let's see. Fort Worth ground is on, so we might get some ATC coverage. If ground's on, usually at least approach comes on, so we'll see. It looks like they're coming on. We'll see though. This is a gorgeous livery.
We'll be starting our in-flight meal service. Please look in your seat back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order. If you'd like to order additional menu items, you may hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we would be happy to assist you.
Weather looks good at Dallas. What else have you guys been flying lately? Dave, did you ever try that TBM mod, or are you still using the default version? For those that like the citation jets, definitely check out the working title mod's been around a while, but I just discovered last week the citation longitude mod paired with the Garmin 3000 mod from the working title guys. It's an exceptional mod. Definitely makes the longitude a lot more flyable. So go check it out. Links in the Discord. You also can find it on the FlightSim.2 channel. I fly the default. It flies perfectly as far as the TBM goes. Okay, gotcha. I may check it out. Supposedly there's a little bit of enhancements done. So we'll see. We are steaming to Fort Worth, no ATC on, sim logs headed to the wrong airport, and all is well with the world again. I only fly two modded planes, the Beechcraft Turbo and the A320. Fair enough. I tried the Salty 747 mod yesterday. Kennedy to Heathrow. I got 30 minutes within Heathrow, if not less. I was on descent and I had a CTD. 4.5 hours wasted, 5 hours wasted from Kennedy. It was cool though. It's an interesting mod. It's nothing like the A320 mod, and I don't even know if the mod, I turned on the engine and wing anti-ice and all of a sudden everything froze up and it CTD'd. So I don't know if that was mod related or what. Robert in the chat, what's going on? Hey, does anything fly better yet? Define anything. So we're in the A320 Neo mod right now. Certainly flies better than the default version, so I would highly recommend that. I was just talking about the citation jets. You might want to check those out as well. Those fly better than default. There's a number of different aircrafts, Robert, if you want to check it out, that flies better. Default wise though, you're still gonna have issues. You're still gonna have issues with the mods as well, but it is what it is until we get a payware quality type aircraft. Speaking of, I think the Aerosoft CRJ is not on final, on approach. Actually, no, let's say top of descent. I saw some articles from the Aerosoft folks. They are targeting beta here in a couple of weeks and possibly targeting a pre-Christmas or just before Christmas release. So I'd say it's at top of descent now. It'll be on approach in a couple of weeks and then on final probably Christmas week. So looking forward to that. Should be a really good aircraft. The pictures and all of the enhancements from the P3D version look promising. To be honest, I think anything is going to be better than the default aircrafts in this sim, so we'll see. Supposedly it's the 700, and then I think the 900's coming later, if I'm not mistaken. Do you have 2020 on your SSD or HDD? I have it on the SSD. I tried installing a hard drive and it didn't work. It should work on the HDD, but it's just going to take a lot longer to boot. It's on the SSD. Try your SSD though. Dang, enable alts doesn't work on the McDo. Oh, you're alternate? Let me see. If we go to init. No, they're not going to have that functionality yet. You know what you can do, SimLog? I don't know what you filed, but in your McDo, can't you change your destination or no? If not, just join the arrival, put in the arrival fixes, and then shoot the visual into 17. I don't know why this says 17 left. We had 17 center. Thing is all jacked up. Anyways, yeah. So check out those mods. Yeah, SSD works, just no space. Gotcha. You gotta grab another SSD. I've got two. I was wondering why my route was different from yours. Yeah, man, I said Fort Worth. You went to Love Field. I used to make that mistake as well. I fubbed the IKLs. Yeah, don't worry. It's like I said, it's a clear enough day. Just throw in the arrival fixes into Fort Worth and shoot the visual into 17. You should be alright. If ATC comes on though, it's going to be a little bit different. You can always just ask for vectors to the airport. Just let them know what happened. I don't fly to Dallas at all. That's cool, man. It's a nice area to get to, especially now with the... By the way, we are going to the handcrafted, updated Fort Worth from the US World Update that was released last week. It's a really nice airport. So where are you now? Let's see. So that's us coming in. We're about to cross into Albuquerque's airspace. Let's see if I can find you. There you are. You're Delta 386. So yeah, I just continue straight and just join the arrival. The airports are like 30 nautical miles apart, if that. So you should be alright. Once we get to Dallas, my friends, we're going to be parking at the Fort Worth, at the Frontier flight gates, which I think it's Echo something. There we go. So 17 center. We'll keep it on the roll, so we only need like auto brake low. And then we'll vacate. cross 17 right and into, we'll pick one of the echo gates down there at the ramp. So there for the Frontier Flights parks on the east side of the airport. So the Spirits, a couple other folks, Americans all over the place, of course, but a Delta parks on the east side as well. So that's the plan. You ever see towering CVs in live weather? I have not yet. I've seen pictures of it. I think most of the European folks, they've got a lot of that weather going on, so I've seen pictures of it, so it does exist in the sim if I'm not mistaken. Too bad they didn't update the city, still generic. Fort Worth, Andy? You're talking about like downtown area and whatnot? A32NX fixed. Relatively. It's relatively fixed. Still has the banking issues. But we're working around, and they tried to kill us on the takeoff roll, but we're managing now. It still needs some work, but definitely better than how Zibo and Microsoft left it last week after the update. Where does United park? I'm flying United 1184. I'll tell you in 1 second. United parks on the Delta gates, so they're on the east side as well, Dave. So Delta, you can pick Delta 1 if you want, but any Delta gates should do. So east side of the airport. I'm reprogramming the MICDO 17 center. Let me know if center is in there for you. It wasn't for me. Like I said, it's only showing 17 left and 17 right. The C is completely missing. Yes, downtown Dallas. Okay, I haven't seen it yet. Well, I believe you. I wish, hopefully someone else works on it, then releases a pack or something. Yeah, rudders in this game on the runway is so wonky. Yeah, it always has been, but today was, especially weird. It literally blew us off the runway. I couldn't even reject the takeoff. At that point, I just had to bring it in the air. We would have rejected it and ended up on the grass. It's the ring-tailed cat livery. Frontier has a bunch of different animal liveries for those that aren't familiar. A ton of them. I feel like they're not gonna fix it because they're saying we had to what? We had real pilots test the flight dynamics and said it was That's a joke. No way. I agree with you. They probably won't fix it. Folks are going to have to develop their own aerodynamic and flight models apart from the sim itself, because it's just not accurate at all. I think that's what folks like Aerosoft has done. I think the fly-by-wire guys are in the midst of creating their own autopilot and fly-by-wire system. So once we get all that stuff in, it should be a lot better. But I agree with you, they're probably not going to correct it. Alright, 17 center has a decision height of 200 feet. I like to get this stuff done early, so let's jump in the box here. About 380 nautical miles out. Decision height here in the States, 18,000. See if we've got a weather update for us at Fort Worth. I think, Dave, you said the weather station's broken, but let's see what it has. There's our company message. And we'll go to received message. There's the METAR. Station not available. Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. Let's go to menu and let's see what the source is. Metal blue. That's not what I want. Let's go to what happened to the FAA weather? That's strange. There used to be an FAA weather here option in here. Or am I thinking of the ATIS? Let's try to pull it again. Let's see what happens. One more request. KDFW 170 at 19, gusting to 26, 10 statute of mild, broken clouds at 25,000, 14 degrees Celsius, dew point -6, altimeter 3004. Thank you, Dave. FAA is only for ATIS. Okay. That worked though. So that's what you gave me. Thank you, Dave. 170 at 19, gusting at 26. What's going on with the gusty weather all over the place today? 10 statute of a mile, visibility wise. We got broken clouds at 25,000, 14 degrees Celsius. Dew point is -6, altimeter is 3004. We've got our remarks. Wind. Clearly. Let's put this in to the performance page again. It's a little bit early, but I like to get this stuff done as early as possible, especially if things get busy online here. 170 at 9. Temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. And the altimeter 3004. Be a flaps full landing. All right, we're good to go there. Again, just before arrivals, you just have to remember to turn the Sec 1 back on. And then our restriction on this star starts at hull. So our Belfer, at Belfer we want to be at 290 between 300 and 24. We've got a little bit to go. What is this Sec 1 nonsense? So these are your flight control computers up top here on the overhead panel, Dave. You've got your ELAC 1, your Sec 1, and your FAC 1. Can't remember what they all stand for, but these are the computers that essentially control a lot of the logic with the fly-by-wire computers. So there is a bug with the Sec 1 computer in this sim that a subware Microsoft continues to break after every update. So the only way around not getting the wobbling movement with the autopilot on is to turn it off. However, you need to turn it back on because then you won't have fly-by-wire controls when you go to land the airplane. My very high-level explanation. That's some wind gust there. It still doesn't handle wind gusts well. I'm gonna run a an update for, so I am using the beta Navigraph AirArc data. I don't know why the Victory arrival, a lot of the Dallas Fort Worth arrivals were missing from the McDo, so I'm wondering if that's why. So I'm gonna run an update after this flight here and see. Looks like I'll be hand flying this arrival. Wow, what's going on? McDo won't accept any waypoints that I input. Oh man, it should let you change it, man. I don't want to do it here because it's going to mess up our arrival, but you should be able to put in anything. Just clear out what you have right now and input the star into Fort Worth. I tried direct to Medano, didn't work. Yeah, I'm not sure. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Be right back on Stereo Cockpit. Gotcha, Dave. Good luck on the landing. Okay, I tried the arrival again and it worked. Perfect. So where are you heading direct to now? Let's see, we want to be at 300 or 24 at Belfer. Where's Belfer? Alright, we've got some time before top of descent here. We're technically still in Albuquerque's airspace. Houston Center just came on, but still no Fort Worth yet. Done a really good job with this world update. I definitely see a lot of differences in the terrain quality below us here. Even on some of these GA flights that I do, looks a lot better. I think Europe is next on the list to get updated. Should be cool. I think a couple weeks here, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a new weather update, Dave? Thank you. Simlog is back on track. Only note, I think we will collide as we lost our spacing. Let me see where you at now. Hold on. Nah, we should be alright. I'm faster than you, so we should be alright. Yeah, I just looked at the Sim Toolkit map. You're slower and behind me. We're on a collision path for sure, but I'm faster, so I should beat you out. Let's update this weather. What'd you get me here? 170 at 20. Oh my gosh. Gonna be an interesting landing, folks. It's almost dead on the nose, but it's pretty gusty. I think that's what I'm worried about. 170 at 20, gusting at 29. Still 14 degrees Celsius. Altimeter is 3000 now. Cool. Only England and Scotland are being updated, not Europe. Ooh, okay. I thought it was the entirety of, okay, that's cool. I don't fly Europe much, so I wouldn't know what was off to begin with, but I'm sure like the US here, there were a lot of things that desired some correction. So that's pretty cool that Europe's getting an update, or that England and Scotland's getting an update. Our next flight will definitely be Europe though, I think. We haven't done a European flight in about 3 weeks. So we will, I finally want to get to Gibraltar. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. We'll do Gatwick to Gibraltar or something. Or Palma. Madeira, I think it is. I love that approach into Madeira. what is that, runway 05 if I'm not mistaken, almost like a circle to land. It's a really cool approach. Maybe we'll do that as well. Lots of different places in Europe we can check out. But Friday we definitely will be back for another FNO, Friday Night Ops. I believe it's the Vancouver and Los Angeles Crossfire. So that's going to be one heck of an event this Friday. We will we'll redeem ourselves. We tried to do the Vancouver flight, what was that, about a month and a half ago, and we had that CTD right above the runway. So we'll try it again this time. We'll probably leave from San Francisco this time around. We won't go from so far south. What have I been saying for 2 months, Dave? The Europe stuff or trying Vancouver again? We have done Europe. We've done Europe at least once a month. We've done a couple flights. We just did Gatwick to Zurich. Before that we did, what was that, Copenhagen to Paderborn. I've been in Europe, man. Dang, finally some West Coast action. I know. I agree, man. I think the VATSIM Friday Night Ops are very biased to the East Coast. Most of the events for Friday Night Ops are always on the East Coast. They get out to, oh, Gibraltar. Yeah, I know. We'll get there, Dave. I promise. They rarely get out to the West Coast for the VATSIM events. So we're definitely going to fly that. I think part of it is timing too, because when they do those events, they do it local time for us here on the West Coast. So if it starts at like 5, it's 8 p.m. on the East Coast already for those guys. So I think that's part of the reason. West Coast, best coast. Prettiest coast. I'm East Coast born and raised, New York born and raised, so I don't know about that. Live here now though, that's for sure. I think they both have their pros and cons. We're about 130 nautical miles out from Belfort, and at Belfort is where we want to be 300. So we've got maybe 10 minutes and then we'll start down, top of descent. I gotta get my page up and page down settings back, man. I don't know. That latest update screwed with the camera settings. Are you making out Simlog? Still ahead of you here on this map. I think we're alright. We got plenty of spacing. I'll keep the speed up through the descent. How about that? There's no ATC on, so we don't have to really abide by the speed restrictions until below 10,000. We'll make sure we're at 250, but I'll keep the speed. I'll delete the speed restrictions on the initial star, and that should give us even more spacing. Everything nominal, perfect. And it's got plenty of runways to choose from as well, so we should be all right. Appreciate you all tuning in this afternoon, man. It's been fun checking out the A32NX mod. Definitely need some updates, further updates, but glad the main autopilot issues have been addressed. I'm definitely waiting on that CRJ. I think that's the... I haven't anticipated an aircraft, an add-on aircraft like this, probably since the A321 from FSLABS came out. Roughly about a year ago, actually. It was December of last year. So definitely looking forward to that CRJ. Bunch of regional airports, especially here in the US, that I've been looking at. Freeware as well on the FlightSim.2 website for FS 2020. Picking some of those up in anticipation of those regional ops that we'll do with the CRJ. It's going to be a blast. Going to be a blast. And then ultimately, in about, what, 6 to 8 months, we should have PMDG. Hopefully, we'll see though. And Quality Wings 787. They're anticipating, I think, an end of Q2 release. I'm telling you guys, in about a year from now, we'll have some really solid aircrafts for this simulator. The CRJ and P3D was nice, but if you're not used to automation, you gotta learn to manage your descents. Oh yeah, for sure. I do most of that anyway, even with automated aircrafts. You'll see us as we descend here in a moment. I'll manage that myself. And then flying the Citation jets, some of them don't have auto throttle, so you gotta manage that as well. Keeps you on your toes. Chief Sim Pilot in the chat, what's going on, man? How you doing today? If it's Boeing, I ain't going. CRJ's not Boeing though, Dave. You should be alright. What's your favorite craft in the sim? In FS 2020 or in flight simulation altogether? In FS 2020 for me, it's probably this A32NX mod, but it's pretty close with the CJ4 working title mod. They're both my favorite at this point. All right, we need to start down here. What did I say? Belfort 290. Let's start down. Allen 290. All right. No, but you said PMDG and I started breaking on hives. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Do you not like the PMDG? Alright, we're a bit far out to start making radio calls. As we get on the approach here, I'll start making our call outs. Turn sec 1, crossing flight level 200. Thank you, Dave. I'll have to remember to do that, or else we're going to be in trouble. Keep that speed up on the arrival here so Dave has some room behind us. I don't like anything Boeing, and they only do Boeing aircraft. I'm not biased against Boeing. I mean, the 737 MAX was an entire debacle. The aircraft should have never been made. I'm not biased against Boeing. Airbus is definitely my favorite, hands down, in the sim and in real world. Airbus over Boeing any day, but I'm not biased. I'd fly a Boeing aircraft for sure. Alright, next restriction is hull above 230, so let's... The logic is screwed up as well, the autopilot logic on the descent. It almost like it's reverted back to its pre-mod days, where when you dial in your vertical speed here for the altitude constraint, it changes your selected airspeed, which shouldn't be the case. That was addressed months ago, but it seems like whatever they did brought it back. It's unfortunate, man. These guys work so hard on this mod, and with every release, Asobo and Microsoft continues to just take 5 steps back with it. It's really unfortunate. Let's get the seatbelt signs on. Appreciate y'all tuning in this afternoon, man. It's been a blast as we make our approach here into Dallas-Fort Worth. Simlog, appreciate you joining as well. Love the group flights, man. Anybody else interested in the group flights, definitely join the Discord. We'll let you know dates and times and all that good stuff. Looking to do some bush flights too. Check out Alaska. We were supposed to do that last weekend, just didn't get around to it, but one of these days we'll do that. Switch things up here a bit. It's the beauty of this sim, man. If you want to fly airlines, you can fly airlines. They're not the best, but if you just want to get out and do bush hops and bush flight hops and just regular GA, you can do that as well. It is a blast. Chief Sim probably tried the Discord command again. Sorry, I didn't have it activated. Alright, how are we doing on this arrival? Take a look at the charts here. Like I said, we briefed this earlier, but here we go again. Heading southwest on this arrival here. We're going to be crossing over Belfort soon. We want to be between 300 and 24, so we're looking spot on for that. The next restriction is above 230 at Hull. We deleted the speed restriction, so that way we just have some space between us and Simlog back there. But other than that, we should be good to go. And then it's vectors after PWOP, and then we'll join the 17 center localizer. Straightforward. Sec 1, thank you, Dave. We'll turn Sec 1 back on. Victory between 11 and 10. Let me get that dialed in now. Yeah, the autopilot is botched here, man. Do that. Keep the speed up. This is a gorgeous afternoon for flying. Pretty clear skies down here in Texas. Looks good. Although Mitar is calling for some gusts down at the airport, so this should be an interesting landing. Look at me at the map on top of each other. Man, you gotta slow down then. I am maxed out. No, we're not. I think we're alright. Let me look at the VATSIM map here. How are you through 25,000 already? I'm maxed out, man. Can't go any faster, unfortunately. We got 60 to victory, so let's increase that rate of descent here. You may even be ahead of me. I can't see you. I've been looking. Yeah, I'm definitely ahead of you. I'm keeping my speed up. I'm about to overspeed here, actually. Let me bring it back down a bit. Yeah, you gotta level off. You're too low on that arrival there. Oh, one thing I did forget to do, let's make sure the rad nav is set up. It's another thing this thing doesn't do automatically every once in a while. 110.30. Okay, it's there. Let's put in the course 176. Actually, I'm gonna leave it. Let's see what it does. Bring it back to speed here. Sorry, SimLog, we're a bit fast, man. I don't want to go barreling into Fort Worth. Dallas Fort Worth traffic, Frontier Flight Airbus A320. We're out of 21.2 on the Victory 2 arrival, expecting the ILS 17 center approach. About 12 minutes out, Fort Worth traffic. Right, that's our VATSIM radio call. Ooh, Nelly, she's a gusty wind. Man, I figured that METAR report is daunting, especially in an aircraft that doesn't handle well in the wind, because the fly-by-wire system is just flawed. But we'll see if we can't get her down safely. Pop, we want to be 230 at 5,000, so let's do that. Let's get 5,000 in already. We're through 18,000. Let's get the altimeter's reset here. Just gotta give it a while. There we go. Let's get the landing systems on. Pretty long runway at 17. We'll go low on the auto brake. Terrain on ND here. And everything else is gravy. Got about 50 nautical miles out. We want to be at 5,000 feet at that point. We got 10 to go. We're doing really well. Keep that speed up here. And like I said, no ATC. I think Fort Worth ground was on. I don't see him anymore. So we'll just keep up the radio calls here. .166 at 3.4, gusting to 39. Yikes. That's wild, dude. That's wild. The aircraft's gonna give us a run for our money with those winds. It's so clear out, man. I don't know why it's so gusty. I don't see a front. I checked the weather. I don't see a front moving in or anything like that. Get set up to watch my landing. Should be a show. Alright, I'll try to watch it as we taxi out. So taxi back to the, not back, taxi to the terminal. It's a pretty long taxi. In fact, like I said, we'll keep the takeoff roll long. The landing roll long. Because we are parking at the end of the airport there. That should shorten the taxi a bit for us. Approaching 10,000. Get the cabin crew alerted. And we'll get the landing lights on now, why not? And then we do need to bring our speed back, so sim log, slow up back there. We're approaching 10,000, so I can't be above 250. Texture work down there is beautiful.
We have begun our final descent into Texas. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any crash one final time. Please ensure safety holders stowed and keep their initial upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seatbelt pocket or under the seat switch. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any
Dallas Fort Worth
Wi-Fi
traffic, Frontier Flight Airbus A320. We are 7.3, about 45 nautical miles out from Fort Worth. Expecting 17 center, continuing the approach. Fort Worth traffic. Alright guys, so here's what we're doing.
Forward traffic.
We'll continue out
We're
to
about
Pop.
69 miles out, passing below
Join
20,000, coming in for 17 left.
And then that should give us the localizer for 17 center. Gonna slow our rate of descent here so we can get the speed back. We could use spoilers as well, but we're a bit low on profile, so we can correct this way instead. That also gives us the ability to slow down. As you can see, the winds are already starting to pick up here. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon. All right, our next call will be once we have the loc. Keep the speed at 250 for now. And we're almost there, my friends. Appreciate you all tuning in this afternoon. It's a nice, fun flight down from Denver today. Go check out the A320neo mod from the fly-by-wire folks. Again, it's not perfect in any way, but certainly is better than default. So I highly recommend it if you enjoy flying the A320, especially in this sim. Aircraft following the path nicely here. This thing is very slippery, it doesn't like to slow down, so once we intercept Bosi, we'll start bringing the speed back. Once you catch that glide slope, it's kind of hard to get the speed down. Because it's so gusty, we will likely hold off on flaps full till about a 1 mile, maybe a 2 mile final. We want as much lift as possible. Flaps full is just going to create a little bit too much drag if, again, it is indeed as gusty as the METAR is reporting down there. Let's go ahead and get approach phase activated now. Let's get the speed back to 240. In fact, theoretically, if it's that gusty, you'd see a lot of A320 pilots land with probably flaps 3. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. Depends on how it feels. After we capture the localizer, I'll probably get the autopilot off and just hand fly it. Get as prepared as possible for the landing there. That was interesting. What was, Dave? I thought you landed already. See if we can see the airport. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to 3,000. Damn, zoom button. Go to 210 on the speed. And I'm going heading select here. We'll cut inside the final approach course just to save some time here and give some more spacing to Dave back there. Dallas Fort Worth traffic, Frontier Flight Airbus A320 out of 4.8 vectors to final 17 center. About 20 nautical miles out.
Forward traffic, Lufthansa Gateway 221, 3006, on localizer runway 18 right.
Alright, we got another aircraft landing on a parallel.
Delta 386. We're
Take
coming
flaps,
in
man.
fast. We're coming in hot. 34 miles out. 17 left.
Simlog, you fly the A320 like a rocket, man. How are you 34 out already? Got 3/4 from touchdown, and they suddenly went 164 to 15, so engines overspoiled because it was gusting almost 40. Yeah, we might disconnect the auto throttle as well, man. That's crazy stuff right there. Gorgeous Dallas Fort Worth. Looking good.
Have some peaks on ILS runway 18 right, Lufthansa Gateway 221.
Looking for the airport. We've got the airport in sight. Not the runway specifically yet, though. I gotta remember it's 17 center, not 17 right. Keeping our speed up here. Got a 25 knot headwind almost. On full speed brake, 300 at 10 knots. Oh, 300 at 10k. Yeah, you gotta slow her back, my friend. Let me square the final here a bit. There is no 17 center in the sim, is there? Don't tell me that, Dave. Gotta be a 17 center. They just redid Fort Worth as well. It's gotta be a 17 center. Take flaps 2, speed checks. She is gusting, guys. She is gusting. Wow. I've got the airport and runway in sight. Yeah, there's 17 centers right there, bud.
Fort Worth traffic, 15-mile final, runway 17 left.
Wow. Simlog flies that thing like an F-16, man. Let's see if it'll pick up the localizer here. Exceptionally wide turn for the lope, but I think it's picking it up. We should be all right. Fourth Worth traffic, 10-mile final, 17 center, Airbus A320, Fourth Worth traffic. All right, we're squared. We're a bit high, but the light slope should pick up in a moment. See it indicating there. And there it goes. Lights up left. Get flaps 3 and gear down.
Forward traffic, Lufthansa Cargo 8221, runway back in.
Look at Simlog. Oh man. You are awesome, dude. I want to fly the A320 like you when I grow up.
Look to your 9 o'clock. I'm waving at you.
I got you, man. I got you. I want to learn to fly the A320 like you when I grow up. Oh, that's epic. That guy was well behind us, man. He's beating us out now. Spoilers are armed. All right, final approach speed. Get the cabin. All right, my friend, Stereo Cockpit, wish us luck on this landing here. We'll see you on the ground. My aircraft. Get some stick time in. Definitely is gusty, I feel it. We'll hold flaps full, like I said, until very short final. Because she's already starting to turn into a boat here. A sim log on the 17 left. $1,000 check, stabilized. Missed approach altitude is set. We're low, correcting. Two-mile final now, we'll go flaps full. Oh yeah. I got plenty of runway here, so we don't have to get it perfect. We'll just get her down. 500's checked. Three reds correcting. Oh, look at that gust.
100 above.
100 above. Or low. Wow. This is a gusty approach, man.
Minimum.
Continue. Retard the throttles, hold that nose. Nice flare. And we're down. Hold that nose. There we go. Spoilers, reverse green, decel. That's 70 knots out of reverse manual braking. Woo! Alright. We'll take it. The sim log there on final. Keep her rolling here. See your sim log touching down, looking good. You disappeared over there, but you were looking good there. Dallas Fort Worth traffic. Winter flight Airbus A3220. Vacating 17 center, crossing 17 right at Echo Mike, taxi to parking, Fort Worth traffic.
You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
APU master coming on.
Turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
Fort Worth traffic crossing 17 right. Yeah. APU flap open. Alright, 1 hour and 29 minutes. I've actually got to run, my friends, so I'm going to just park right up in front here. Stop the clocks. We'll get the strobes off, runway turn-offs on, taxi lights. Park next to this Frontier flight here on our left. Now we can clean up. That was fun, man. Was it gusty for you? I swear it felt like it was gonna give a couple times. Get the lights off. Oh, this is Echo anyway. Not sure what's going on with that crooked jetway, but we'll park here. We'll park here anyway. Bang, that should do it. Parking brakes are set. We'll wait for the APU. Not so much. She set herself down, to be honest. Okay, that's cool, man. Mine, it felt like it was gonna stall for a bit. It was a little bit gusty. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but definitely a bit gusty. Clocks. Who needs clocks? APU is available. Kill number 1. Kill number 2. Beacon coming off. It's our seatbelts on. Fuel pumps. That's not what we wanted. Ground services. Jetway connection. Baggage, why not? And catering. That is it, my friends. Unlock the cockpit door here. We are here. Dallas Fort Worth. Dave, man, thanks for tuning in. As usual, my friend, I will see you later. I do have to run here, guys. We'll be back on Friday. Like I said, we'll do a Friday night ops stream. It'll be Los Angeles to Vancouver, Crossfire, although I think we'll leave from San Francisco. Or maybe Palm Springs. We haven't done that one yet, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll see you guys on Friday. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, man. Join the Discord. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you, my friends. Later.